Hello guys, and welcome back to the class. In today's video we'll be learning two different ways in which you can draft and cut a cowl neck top. Okay, so this is the two fabric that I'll be using. I'll be using this particular one for one, and this chiffon, this red chiffon for the other one. Okay, so if this is what you're interested in, let's go into the video. Okay, so I have my pattern paper here. I'm going to start by inputting my measurement. Okay, so here I have my chest line, and then the next line I'll have here is my waistline. Then I'm going to use the down part as the length of the blouse of the top, and then the upper side as the shoulder line. Okay, so let me just go ahead and label it. This is chest line half length, which is the waistline. Then I have the shoulder line, and then the blouse length. So the next thing I'm going to do is to divide my bust round measurement by 4. So I'm going to place it on the chest line, and I will mark out. The next one is to divide your shoulder measurement by 2. Okay, and I'm going to mark it out. Then I'm going to extend it down to the chest line, and then the next thing I'm going to do is to connect the 2 dots like this. Then after that, I'm going to come down from the shoulder line with 1 inch, okay, for the shoulder slope. Then next thing is to mark out the neckline. Okay, I'm going to use 3 by 3. Okay, so I'm going to use 3 by 1.5. okay, or you can as well use 3 by 2. okay, because this is the back piece. Okay, so I'm going to connect the 2 dots like this. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now is to connect the shoulder slope back to the neckline, just like this. So, and the next thing I'm going to do is to measure out the space between the shoulder slope to the chest line to get the midpoint of it, right? Then I'm going to mark it out, and then from that midpoint that I have there, I'm going to go in by half an inch. Then I'm going to use my curve rule to connect the 3 dots. So guys, after that, I'm going to divide my waist round measurement by 4. okay, and then I'm going to place it down on the half length line, which is also the waistline, guys. Okay, so and I'll add my extra sewing allowance. So on the chest line here, I'm going to add allowance also. Okay, after you are done putting down your measurement divided by 4, add your desired allowance. Okay, sewing allowance. And then on the blouse length, I'm going to divide my hip round measurement by 4, and I'm going to place it down and add extra allowance. Then go ahead and connect the 3 dots. The dots that you are going to connect is the allowance. Okay, do not connect the main measurement, just the allowance that you are going to connect, just as you can see me doing like this. And then after that, I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I'm done cutting it now, and the next thing I'm going to do, remember that I told you guys that we are going to be using 2 different patterns. Okay, so I'm going to place it on another sheet, and I'm going to cut it out. So here I have the 2 pattern papers for this, and it's exactly the same thing. So I'm going to keep one aside and start working on this particular one. So I want to come down with 8 inches, and I'm going to connect it like this from the armpit area, just like this. And then after that, I'm going to slash it. Okay, so but before I do that, I will first of all use it to cut out the back piece, because this is just the back pattern. So I'm just going to use this my chiffon fabric here, and I'm going to fold it so that I can be able to cut out the back piece before slashing it. Okay, so I'm going to fold my fabric like this, and I'll place the paper on it, and then I'm going to cut out. Okay, bringing out about half an inch for allowance. Okay, so but the half inch allowance is not compulsory, it's just if you like. So now I'm going to slash this one like this for the front part. Okay, and then I'm going to fold another fabric, and this is going to be for the front piece. So I'm going to place it on the top of it like this, okay, and then pin down, okay, so that it will be stable. Then I'm going to raise this one up. So the more you are raising it up, the more you are shifting it, the more cowl effect that you have, okay. So it depends on how many inches or how full you want your cowl effect to be, okay. So I want to have about 10 inches wide here. I want this to be 10 inches wide. So after you are done getting what you want, just go ahead and cut it out like this. So, and when you get to this place, I'm just going to cut it out straight, okay. I'm just going to cut it out straight. Please, if you don't understand what I'm saying, just watch closely so that you'll be able to understand, okay. So this is it. So, and after that, I'm going to remove the pins and then go ahead and notch out, okay, so that when joining, you know the particular place where your joining will start. Then we are done. After you are done cutting out, we are basically done with this part, okay. So now it's now time to start working on this one, okay. So this one is going to have multiple slash, okay. So I'm going to place my tape at the tip of the shoulder and I'm going to mark out 4 inches like this, and from that 4 inches I'm going to come down again with 4 inches again, and from that 4 inches I'm going to go down with 4 inches again, which is 8 inches. The first one is going to start from the tip of the shoulder line, shoulder slope like this, and the second one will be at the center of the armhole. So let me just go ahead and measure out the armhole so that I can be able to divide it, okay. So whatever I have there, I'm going to divide it into 2 and I'll mark out the point. So I'm going to connect that second one to the middle of the armpit area, just like this. So this one will be at the chest line like this, beneath the chest line, and then I'm going to connect this one at the tip of the shoulder slope like this. So just as I said before, this is going to have multiple slash, okay. So I'm going to bring out my fabric that I'll be using for this particular one, and then I'll place it at the top of it. So guys, but there's a little mistake here. I'm not supposed to slash this before cutting out the back piece of this particular one. I was supposed to cut out first before slashing it for the front part. So I will advise you not to slash yours before cutting out the back piece, okay. So I'm going to fold my fabric and I'll place it at the top of it like this. Then I'll carefully make sure that I put the whole slashes together, okay. So and then I'm going to cut out. So after cutting out, now I'm going to remove this back piece and then I'll fold another fabric for the front part, okay. Please watch very closely so that you get to understand what we're about to do here. So I'm going to pin down first, okay, to make the papers to be stable. I'm going to pin it down and then I'm going to start spreading the slashes, okay. At this first one, I'm going to have a space of 6 inches because I want this particular side to pour more. So on the second one I'm going to have for 3 inches, and on the last one I think I'll be having 3 inches as well. So I'm going to pin down and then measure out the last one, which will also be 3 inches as well. Then after that I'll go ahead and cut out. Please, you have to be very careful when doing this, please, so that there won't be any mistake. So this is it. Okay, so and when you open it up, this is what you are going to have. Can you see the cowl effect there? Can you see it? So the next thing I'm going to do is to cut out the sleeve. Okay, I don't have enough fabric here. I would have cut a long sleeve. Please, I have a detailed video where I illustrate on how to cut sleeve. You can just go and check it out. So that is it. So guys, thank you so very much for watching my video. If you want to know how to sew this, in my next video I'm going to be sharing it with you guys. Please, if you have not subscribed, hit on the subscription button and do not forget to give our video a thumbs up. Okay, I'm going to see you guys on our next one. Bye bye.